All right, I'm live now. I'm actually live now. Let me go ahead and hit this intro real quick, and then we'll get to it. I'll explain what happened in a minute. All right, this time for real. I was already going through most of my my routine. YouTube keeps changing stuff up on me, so every time I log in to do this live stream, there's something different. Like they've actually changed some things around in the studio, so I don't know what YouTube's got going on, but I'm gonna need them to get on some kind of consistency. Let me check my controls. Let me check everything. Let's see here. All right, there we go. We in there now. We in there. Ain't that the truth, Origin? That's a for sure right on. All right, so let me redo my whole go over my whole little spiel again. All right, so the economic outlook. Today we got the JOLTS job openings at 10. All right. Tomorrow we got the EIA short-term energy outlook and the PPI. First time I don't ever remember seeing the EEI. That one looks new to me. So it'll be interesting to see what that how that turns out. Wednesday we got the core CPI and the crude oil inventories, business as usual. Thursday, initial jobless claims, and Friday, core retail sales. So this week is pretty, we got a full schedule, but I don't see anything major sticking out. Jobless claims, of course, everybody's watching the unemployment and all that. And then we'll see what happens with this stimulus package entertainment, because that's all it really is right now. It's a lot of entertainment. They're just they're doing the typical politics stuff. All right, so anyway, pre-market insight. Go over here and look at the power range, the weather report. We got a high of 11, 156.75 with a low of 11.73. At the time of this posting, which was at 8:10, it was trading neutral, up 0.10%. We'll look at that. We'll look at the chart in a minute. With a volume of 54K and ATR of 229.06. Pretty light for a Monday morning. And when I checked the chart the last time, it was not a lot was going on. So let's go over here and let's see how the power range played out. Yep, we still within that range. Not much going on at all so far this morning. Other than a couple stocks like Apple, I think it was Apple, Twitter, Apple, and Kodak. They had some weekend action, some overnight action. So in terms of the NASDAQ, there's not a whole lot going on. Let me get that fixed. All right, so how was everybody's weekend? I had a pretty busy one. Working on something. I got something major coming through that I'm working on that I was putting together this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming soon, probably sometime this week. I'm gonna try to get it out sometime this week. If not, next week for sure. All right, so as you can see, if it actually, let me check it and make sure it's the right, I got the right title in there. All right, so we're gonna go over what I typically do, for my pre-market routine in terms of trading. And it's really simple. Like, worst case scenario, I have to be in front of my chart or at my desk. I like to be at my desk at like by 9 o'clock, and that I still just since I'm only trading the Nasdaq, that's a lot of time for me. There's not a lot. I don't have to go through a watch list and do all of this scanning. Even though, like, to me, I'm kind of reconsidering getting back into trading stocks. That's what I started with. I started day trading stocks, but I was, as I was reading and learning more, the futures just stuck out to me. I didn't do too bad with trading stocks either. I didn't have nothing to really nothing to call CNN about and get an interview with them. But I didn't do so bad with trading stocks. But once I started reading and learning more and more, I ran into futures, and I really liked futures, and it allowed me to kind of narrow down my focus and focus on a smaller list of things. And I didn't have to. One of the reasons that I switched over to futures is I don't have to do a scan every day or try to find the best thing to trade. I could just over time I realized that I can just trade one thing and just be just fine. But there's like 3 contracts in futures. I like the Nasdaq, I like crude oil, and I like gold, if I'm going to trade multiple things. But right now I'm just trading Nasdaq, and that's what I like about futures, that I don't have to do a lot of scanning and trying to find the best thing to trade for today. All right, so anyway, in terms of my pre-market routine, what I do is when I get up, go to my personal hygiene and all that good stuff, and then I like to try to do some sort of, worst case, at least do some sort of stretching or meditation or get some quick yoga in or something like that. I like to get active and wake my body up. All right, and then so by the time I get to my desk, all I'm really doing is I will, everything that I do when I start my stream is I look at the power range, see how that I look at the power range and see how that performed, and I'll look at the charts and see what the Nasdaq is doing, how we're trading, and then I go over I look at the economic calendar, make sure that I'm on track with everything that's going on, everything that's major that's going on. And then I go check out some stock related news. I like investing.com and Market Watch. Like, those are my 2 go-to. I'm actually working on looking for a news aggregator to where I don't have to go to different websites and look at the stuff. I get everything, funneled into this one news aggregator, something like Feedly or whatever, so I can get everything in one place. I will check out Twitter just to see what the industry is talking about. See what fellow day traders, swing traders, investors, see what the group is talking about. In terms of like groups or forums or whatever, Twitter is basically where is basically what I stick to in terms of looking at what other traders are doing. I do kind of passively look at I did sign up with some Facebook groups, and when I'm on Facebook, I'm scroll by and see what they're talking about, but I don't take any. I'm really there to try to just to help out, and maybe I can pick up something, but that's not part of my pre-market routine. Before I was part of a like a paid group. It wasn't to be like, the group was an addition to what I was paying for, but with real life trading, and it was actually really dope. Like, the people that were in that group and how they ran everything. It wasn't like we're calling out. I mean, people shared what they were looking at, but it wasn't like to call out stock picks or anything like that, and then you follow it. It was just a group of like-minded people, working together. All right, so that's really all my pre-market routine is: looking at the power range, looking at the economic calendar, and just seeing what headlines are popping up for the day. And then just looking at the chart. Everything I need is really in the chart. All I gotta do is look at the chart, but I do like to know what's going on. All right, so got a minute before we kick this thing off, before the bell. And let's go ahead and put some sounds behind it. Let's go ahead and sound that bell. Cheap pop. That was right on time too. Koi fin. Right, I'm gonna check that out. You always give me good game, so I know that's got to be. It's got to be solid. Make sure I'm actually sending the sound through. That was the last one. I was jamming, but I was jamming by myself, and no sound was getting sent through. Also, as you can see, I kind of simplified my charts as I'm looking into. Well, what I want to do is start to rely more on my I can't talk this morning. What I want to do is rely more on the price action. Even though, like, I just had all those moving averages up there just to kind of see, to monitor and see how the price reacted to those levels. But honestly, I don't feel like I need them at this point. A lot of times when I'm looking at the charts, what I see first is the price action. And then, if you have too many indicators, it's why, you'll get a lot of advice when I'm looking at this trade right here. Look at 1135 or 135. But you'll get a lot of advice to not have too many indicators on your chart, and that's for good reason, because if you got too much stuff going on, you can run into analysis paralysis, and you get into your head, and you get afraid to pull the trigger. So The less stuff, in my personal opinion, the less stuff that you have on your chart, the better. And also, one thing I learned over this weekend was how, in Sierra chart, how to automate this, my power range placement. So I made a study, or I used a study to place these power range lines. So I don't have to go through that I don't have to manually do it every time or every day. I didn't even know that you could do that, but I was digging around in Sierra and I found that study. So it was pretty cool. My mouth needs to wake up this morning. Right there.
Order submit. Order filled.
Got one contract loan at 135. It's pretty volatile, so that's why I just went light. Tight stop on it. Looking to catch a little bit of momentum. Like I might get stopped out of this one. Yeah, Sierra chart has a lot of hidden gems within it. I don't like the way this is trading, but I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna let it play out. If it goes against me, this is a small loss.
Stop filled.
Look at that. Looks like we're still trading in the battle zone. It's like they're still playing their game. pretty much expected that to happen. But what I'm doing is I'm just, taking. I don't want to get trigger shy, so I'm pulling the trigger if my setup comes. I got a lot of wiggle room, so if I keep my losses small, I should be good. Thanks to this Leeloo, combine, or this Leeloo account. Had a trail down of, I think it's $3,000 or $2,500, something like that. So I'm definitely not gonna, even if I trade it bad, since I manage my risk, it's highly unlikely that I'll get to that max drawdown. When I was trading in Top Step, the drawdown was less than that, and I didn't reach it until I was just like, I gave up on the actual program because there are multiple combines and all their rules and stuff. And then I was just pretty much like taking whatever trades. Meaning I would just, if I saw something that even looked like a setup, this is, when I wasn't so experienced. But when I saw something that even looked like that could remotely be a setup, I would just take it. And I was just like, whatever, because I was already, had decided I wasn't going to continue with Top Step. So I was just taking anything, and eventually it led to my the max drawdown. But I was recklessly trading in the combine. I was like purposely trying to blow it up. I may have journaled that on my website. I'm not sure. Alright, so I'm just gonna wait for things to calm down. Give me a setup that wait for a good setup that looks good to me. I don't like how volatile I don't like how volatile we're trading right now. And if you look into the pre-market, this price action is really not that surprising. See, we were very choppy. What was this, around 5? Between 5 and 7. I mean, even here is very choppy. And on that Sierra note, the one thing that I think that's kind of holding Sierra back is, like, they have all of their platform can do so much, but they put very little effort into showing people what it can do. Like they only have their, their online text-based manual. There's not a lot of images in it, and most people, especially now, they don't like to read and stuff. So like you really gotta to understand what it can do, the different things that you can do within Sierra. You have to go through and read through that manual. They have a YouTube channel, I think, but it's like they don't really have anything on it. So you got to read through that manual or rely on other people to post what they're doing in video form, or something that's a little more user friendly than their manual on the website. They do have a forum also, but it can be hit or miss depending on what. Like you have to know what you're looking for in order to find out what the platform can do. But that forum can be pretty used. That's how I found out about the rhythmic stuff, through their forum and the communication that they were having back and forth with people that were trying to get rhythmic to work. But I think they could, if they put a little more effort into showing people the different things that the platform can do, I think that'll be a game changer for them. Because by far, I haven't seen a platform that's as robust and has as many features and is as user friendly as Sierra Chart. Once you figure out, the hard part is just figuring out what it can do. But once you figure out what it's capable of, and you get comfortable with the platform, then you're good. It does create a different tier class of trader. I found Sierra traders are in a different league, self-sufficient, intellectual, entrepreneurial spirit. They have been around for so long. Yep, true. Couldn't agree with you more. That's an interesting perspective. I could smoke a bag of that if I smoked. That's not I didn't create that term, by the way. See how long we can stay in this range that we're trading in. I'll open this up a little bit. Trading back down into a lot of support. Looking at the 10-minute, I can see all of the support over here. Volume looks a little light. We're breaking through a lot of support. Since we were short term, we were trading slightly bullish. Before I change direction, I like to, I like for it to break all resistance or all, support. For this instance, since we're trading bearish, I like for it to break it and then retest one of the, a previous level before I look at changing my direction in terms of how I'm trading. Sit back and wait for my retest. came through pretty strong in that last 3 minutes. Buyers pushing back. Wifey's in the building. Happy to see that you learned something new. That was a little micro pull back there to some previous support and our resistance. Not exactly what I was, what I was wanting. Technically, that is a break of support and then a retest. Not exactly how I wanted it to be, though. So that's why I wasn't, paying that close attention to it. Sellers are not playing around right now, which actually makes sense. If you look at the daily, we're trading down to the low of Friday. But we have this tweezer top up here. So just from a technical perspective, the sell-off makes sense. See how we react to the low of the power range. It looks like the price isn't respecting it at all. Maybe a little bit. Could possibly see a bounce here. Premarket gave us a few areas to look at. Since we did trade down so sharply, I would like a little bit more of a pullback in this first area here. You know, the sellers are kind of strong, but we'll see how much they can hold it. Are we gonna be range bound today? Alright, so I'm gonna keep watching. I appreciate y'all for showing up and trading with me. Really appreciate it. Alright. Hope y'all have a good rest of your trading day. And I will see you guys on the next one. See you Wednesday. Or I see you tomorrow. Deuces.